What's going on?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Dead Air Live and the Dead Air Full Spectrum channel. It is Sunday night. Another week has just flown by. And we are here tonight, myself and Mr. Ken DaCosta, to entertain you with phenomenal guest topics and in around the paranormal. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, the thumbs up for our content. And always ring that reminder bell, punch that sucker, because that'll give you an idea of when we have new content coming out on this show each and every week. Thank you so much, Ken. I appreciate that. So it's always
Nothing.
We're in sync. That's the important part. We're in sync. We are simulcast with kgradb.com/dead air. Also on Twitter, Global Radio Live. Here on YouTube, of course, at Dead Air Nation, Facebook.com, Dead Air Full Spectrum. The Twitter for us directly is Dead_Spectrum, and we're always going to ask you guys, please come and join us. Wonderful times that we have on our Patreon account. And I can tell you right now, again, $3 membership. You can't beat that. I know my cable just went up for HBO Max, so it's always something. So, you know, more entertainment that you can get on Max, guys. So make sure you definitely check it out. As a matter of fact, tonight and tomorrow, we're going to have some additional guests that are joining us that are part of our Patreon membership. And we'll explain a little bit more of that later on in the second hour. But Ken, again, down here, we were just talking about it prior to airing. Down here in Florida right now, we are just deep into that tropical heat, moisture, nasty. 95 today, 98 tomorrow. Heat index in the triple digits, and your weather is
Rainy. Well, move to Florida. Do you want heat? Because that's how you get heat.
I had no choice. I was 13.
No, nice. I mean, sunny and 70 every day. Lovely up here. Just skipping on top of the world right now.
Until it's not. September, October, until it's not. But
so
it's
here we are, like in the second week of June already. My goodness, it won't be long before we saying, where has the hot weather gone? So.
Now you won't hear that from us down here, by no means. Our very special guest, April Busset, going to be joining us. You know, I connected with her and I said, I just took a chance and said, you know, we'd love to have you come and join. Absolutely. And then I found out where she's from. We'll get to that when we bring her on board here. But Ken, if you'd like to do the introductions, we'd love to introduce our guest for tonight.
I certainly would. April Busset is known as the psychic housewife of New Jersey. She is a renowned, I'm going to get there, I promise, psychic medium and a natural-born clairvoyant. She's also the creator, founder, and CEO of Ghosted Magazine, and some of you I know are very familiar with that publication. Her work has been featured on the Travel Channel's The Holzer Files in the Lambert Castle episode. April has collaborated with prominent paranormal celebrities to investigate the most notoriously haunted locations. Her unique abilities to connect with spirits have been instrumental in resolving intense hauntings. We want to talk a little bit about those tonight. And possessions throughout the United States, providing comfort and closure to her clients. She is also named a killer live on her show Cocktails and Readings with April, the psychic housewife of New Jersey. April has been communicating with spirits since the age of 4 when her deceased father visited her 2 years after his passing. Her accuracy in relaying messages from spirits in the most haunted locations in the United States is truly remarkable. And if you want to know more about her, we'll have her website up for you during the show. You can visit her at intuitiveapril.com. So without further ado, for the first time here on Dead Air, let's please welcome our very special guest tonight, April Busset.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here. Finally, I was talking back and forth.
Well, here we all are. April, thank you so much for joining us.
That is such a great intro song.
You like that?
Oh my God, I love that. I was rocking out like dancing over here.
I thought it was going to be voted out. My producer and my co-host, they're rocker dudes. And so I threw this out there. It's just a risk. And I get a message from Ken. I'm like, here it comes. He goes, I like it.
Yeah.
So
it's really catchy. Like you start dancing to it.
Yeah. You should see us back here in the studio. We're like the same way, and then the cameras go red, and we're like, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen."
Stop the head bobbing. We got to stop that head bobbing,
or not.
So we always talk about how we're kind of interconnected all the time, and again, random reach out to you, April, and I said, we'd love to have you on, and you responded and was so kind to come on and join us, but. Then all of a sudden, we're finding
I'm unapproachable because today I popped in. Somebody had to have a podcast today, so I popped in and said hi, and the guy almost fell off his seat. He's like, "Oh my God, April, thank you for coming on." And I'm like, "I'm so friendly." I'm like,
and there's a reason why.
I can be scary because I am Sicilian, and where I'm from.
Right. which is what is amazing, Ken. We're talking about this on social media, on messaging, and all of a sudden, when I asked her, I said, can you do 2 hours on Sunday? She goes, I'm a Jersey girl. I'm from Jersey. But then she says she's from Hoboken, born and raised. My father's from Hoboken, born and raised.
That's crazy. I wasn't, well, you know what? I moved out after my dad passed, but my family's in Hoboken. So, I was always in Hoboken. Once you're from Hoboken, you're always in Hoboken. So my family's all still there. What is my cousin works for a TV show? Oh my God. I forgot the girl's name, the girl and husband, but it used to be Regis and Kelly.
Yeah.
He's from Hoboken. So it's funny. I was just talking to her the other day about our days in Hoboken as kids.
Apparently, according to my father, too, it's just an amazing history to that place. And so much came out of there, both from things that were produced for the country and the actors and singers, including Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra. They have Sinatra Way there. That's where baseball was born.
Really? Ken, did you know that?
The first baseball game, I think it was Princeton University against, I don't know.
There's a sign in Hoboken, birthplace of baseball. There's a big sign you go to Hoboken.
You guys in chat, if you can figure out what was the very first baseball game ever played, put it in the chat for us if you could. It'd be wonderful.
You might be right. but I think that's where baseball started. I don't know. Hoboken has it up there. They have the big sign.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And just recently, my father, he's going to be turning 90 in a few weeks, and I happened to click on the YouTube and do a walkthrough through Hoboken, and he's like, "It's cafes, it's restaurants." He
Yeah.
says that was all the warehouse district at the time.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Yeah, where do you see how much real estate is in that area now?"
I know. I said, "Oh, Maron, if only our family, but we were too poor. But only if we owned some of that property."
Oh,
Oh my God. I grew up on 6th and Jefferson. So I was by St. Anne's Church where they have the St. Anne's feast.
so was he.
Oh,
So was he. Oh wow, God, yeah, in the Italian neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah, he was in that area. That's just too funny. It is. Anyway, reminiscing aside, thank you and welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Psychic meet. I almost dated a psychic once, but she broke up with me before she met me. Yeah, I really kind of want to know a little bit again about, as Ken was given the origins to this, the life from age 3 to now, the life of a psychic medium. Is it exhausting for you?
You know what? I separate the two because it's work for me now. It's my job. I do readings all day, and I got to tell my clients. I have clients for like over 20 years, 10
Wow.
years. Yeah. They become my friends, but I totally separate because I know I hear people saying, "Oh, when I go, I can't be around people." I'm like, let me tell you something. I could walk past a serial killer. If I am not zoning in on something, if I'm don't project my brain that way, I'm fine. So it's, I'll tell you a little story. Like I always tell people a story. This is funny because my husband is like, he's like, you should do readings on people when you go out. And I'm like, no, that's so intrusive. I don't want to do that because I just want to, wherever I'm going. So I said, I'm going to go. Oh, wait, this one I want to tell you. So he said, I have to start doing like world events. And I said, I will not touch that. That's a can of worms I don't want to get into.
No. Yeah.
So wait a minute. So the next day, because he always does this to me. So the next day I wake up and I'm sitting here and I said, all right, guys, give me something that's going to happen. So I hear active shooter. I said, all right, that's been, a lot lately. And then they show me my daughter. So I start to freak out. I'm like, oh my God. All right, this is my imagination kicking in. Nope. I stop, go back what I'm doing. 9:00 that night. Oh, and it said, but she'll be far away. She'll be far away. That's exactly what I heard. 9:00 that night, my phone rings. I pick up, it's my daughter. She goes, Mom, there's an active shooter. I fell to my knees. She goes, but we're far away. That's exactly what she said to me. And I went into the living room by my husband and I called her a mother effer not to do that to me again. You know what? Did I tell you something? Yeah, we could do this, but do we get exact knowledge of days and what time? It's like, I tell people it's like playing charades with spirit. They're giving us images and we're trying to put this puzzle together. It's very difficult. It hurts my head by the end of the day because I'm putting a puzzle together. It's being a psychic detective, like what they're showing me. As an example, I always tell people, like, you don't always hear the name. Sometimes they'll spell it out, or I'll see letters to put a name together. But one time, I used to work for the police. One time, Spirit was showing me a police officer I worked for, but he was in civilian clothing. And I'm like, wow, I've never seen him out of uniform. That's odd. Was he a police officer? I'm thinking in my head. And I hear say his name. So the woman's sitting in front of me, and I was bringing her brother through. So this is going on in my head while I'm talking to somebody all at once. And I said, who's Bruce? And she goes, ah! She starts crying. That's my brother. See, they showed me the officer that I knew with that name in civilian clothing because his name was Bruce. Associate myself to tell her that name. So that's how we find out a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
because it's not like you're having a conversation. Because sometimes I'll see people like talking to somebody. I'm like, what the hell are they talking to? They say, well, they're saying, like, it doesn't work that way. I wish, because we would all be having conversations with our loved ones.
I had a psychic once tell me that her process is kind of like spirits are riding past you in the car at 60 miles an hour, and they're kind of yelling out the window, and they're
Yeah.
faint, and then suddenly they're loud, and then as they go away,
Yeah.
is your process something similar to that?
Yeah, I guess it's how all our different analogies, but yes, that makes sense. Because I'll hear certain words, like I will hear certain words, and it's like either the words I'm hearing, seeing, feeling at the same time. It's really bizarre.
Mhm.
But I have heard voices before. I've had I was doing a reading with this woman who's a client for years, and all of a sudden this man, like I'm looking at my screen right now, and this man, I could see this man's face jumping, and he goes, George, like that to me. So I kind of went back like this, and I yell out, George, and she goes, April, why'd you say that? She goes, that's my father-in-law. He just died last night. I said, well, he's here. Like, and I noticed the newbies, either you can't really, hi Terry, how are you? Either you can't really contact. I always tell people to wait a month because you know why? Because you have to go through the grieving process.
Mhm.
And because somebody got mad at me, somebody must have passed away that day, and they contacted. I want a reading right now, and I said, please, I can't. Could you wait? Sometimes they have to go through their process when they cross over,
Makes sense.
and not only that, but the person has to go through the grieving process because she would be yelling at me the whole time because she's angry. And I know because when my mom passed, I was pissed off. I was angry yelling at people on the way home. I was just I knew I would become a punching bag. So that's why, and I get it. So that's why, I always tell people wait a month, but sometimes they will, when they do pop through the newbies, like they are loud, very excitable.
Are you one of those mediums that,
Jumping.
do you ever feel compelled to randomly, I have to go give this person this message?
Um,
Or do you kind of put the
no.
filters on like,
Yeah, I don't I don't do that. The only I'm telling you, like, switch on and off. I just if I want to, it's like I put up my antennas, go up, and when I'm out, because I know, like, when I have to perform, when I'm doing events, like I was just at the Chandler Hotel. So and I, in front of the audience, so my antennas go up right away. And it's funny, I was picking up this woman that had passed from lung cancer, but she was talking. Now, this is where spirits will piggyback. It's, two of the same. They kind of get together, and you'll always hear this, like even from John Edward, like the heart attack victims over here, the cancer ones over here, So I'm telling this lady, and she's like, all right, yeah. And I said, but she's showing me she was writing something, and nobody could understand what she was saying, or it was crazy. But the lady next to her, she goes, well, my sister died of lung cancer, or no, her mother died of lung cancer too. And she was trying to write something, but it wasn't making sense. And she was telling me, she's like, she was trying to write, I love you, but it wasn't, when she was writing, it was just coming out of scribble on the pad. So, oh, hi, Annie, how are you? Yeah, so it's crazy. So like, sometimes, I do residential homes that are being haunted. I've had some crazy ones, and I can't talk about it because, of course, nobody wants anyone to know. But some of them, I had told stories about it, and some are funny, some are very scary. There was, and this is a story I want to tell this because I always thought this was funny. This is years ago. My friend was contacted by this woman who was having a problem at her home. So of course I don't know where I'm going. Nobody gives me any information. They actually picked me up to drive me there. I don't know where I'm going. So as we're driving, I'm like, all right, I'm picking up suicides. I'm hearing suicides. And I remember the one guy in the car with us looks at me and goes, how do you know that? So I said, wait, I got more. I said, there's bodies. There were bodies buried on this property, but they were moved. So we get to the place, it's a condominium. There was multiple, about 5 to 7 suicides there. So I remember being in the room with him. I said, watch that door because it's going to slam shut. So 5 minutes later, that door like slammed shut. And the funny thing, the property, so I'm telling the girl, about when I was seeing bodies buried here, but they were moved. Was this a cemetery? Like, what happened? So it turns out in the 70s, a mobster used to live there. And he used to bury the bodies there in the back.
Okay.
But he got word that the FBI was coming. So they had to get the guys together and they moved the bodies. So it's pretty crazy to get that information. Yeah. That was like one of my favorite things. So I'm like, wow, because I had no idea where I was going. I don't like to know where I'm going. I don't want information because it distorts. Because if once you get a thought in your head, we're human. We start making up our own story in our head. So I like a clean slate. Yeah, it's crazy, right? So listen, and I gotta tell you, yes, I go to homes. I can't get rid of all the spirits. Spirits have free will. So if they don't want to go, they're not going. And I had a lot of unsuccessful ones, and I have ones that I have to keep doing. I have one that I've been doing for 2 years. Like, because it'll go away, and I keep telling them it'll go away for a while because I got rid of one, but there's one that's there, and it's poltergeist activity, and it is attached to the man downstairs who will not talk to me. And because the guy has PTSD, and he kind of like feeding it. So this poor man upstairs, and he's a vet, he's not scared. He's not even scared. He's annoyed because he's having wet towels thrown at him. I know this is crazy stuff. He'll wake up, his fruits in like a perfect circle, furniture moved around. But this is the funny part because I went live with this and told people, but he was laughing. He was watching, but he's not going to say anything. But he allowed me to tell these parts. But he would go out to like ShopRite, come home, and his mattress would be sticking out of the bathroom. Like I took my Michael Castro and Eric with us from Ghost Magazine. We went there I wanted to show them what I do. And we got a lot of EVPs from the place. It's creepy, but it's not always active. I always tell this guy, I would need to stay here for a week and you need to shut up. No, no TV because it was crazy. I actually, when I first went there was a woman, there was a dormant female ghost there, but this thing was kind of woke her up, like kind of was controlling her. And I remember saying to him, did you find children's coloring books behind the walls? And they did. I said, this woman's looking for her children. I was able to cross her over. But this thing that stays there was controlling her and holding her there. So that's a success story. But the other thing I cannot get rid of because the man downstairs will not speak to me. And I'm not scary, I'm very normal. I'm a mom, and a wife. But now there was another incident, another home I had to go to. This one scared the shit out of me. The guy showed signs of possession. Now it's not like how you see on TV. He looked very normal. He was a businessman. He owned several businesses, had a beautiful wife, a young child. He liked the dark side, this man, you could tell. So he kind of let it in himself. So this thing started taking over. There's attributes I can tell physically if somebody has a possession or the start of possession. So I go there and I'm doing, reading the prayers and everything. And this is the last of the night. And I'm like, I'm getting nothing done. So I'm talking to this guy. Now, behind him is a doorway to the bedroom that we were in. And across is another bedroom with a white door. And between that is a bathroom with the light on. So it was illuminating this white door. As I'm finishing up this last prayer, the guy looks at me and goes, April, I like it. I don't want you to get rid of it. And right there, I knew there's nothing he just gave it permission. When he said that, this 7-foot black figure walked out of the bathroom, blacked out that white door. I looked at him. I said, well, I'm going. I waited for that thing to go. I had to run down those stairs where it went. I ran down the stairs, told my friend, let's go. I'm sorry, I can't help you. I got into my car. To the point while I was driving away, I was checking my back seat. That was the first time I was really scared.
Why not?
Yeah, because he gave the permission in front of me. He gave it permission. I'm like, oh, there's nothing I can do.
You know, you describe him as professional guy,
Yeah.
seemingly successful, got a lot of things going for him. Somewhere along the line, there's a vulnerability to this guy because he was in a state where a third party could come in
Yeah.
and oppress him. And usually there's a weakness somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere. And, you know, hey, listen, people have skeletons in their closet. No
Oh,
pun
yeah,
intended.
for sure.
But, you know, whatever that was. You know, what I wanted to ask you about this, it sounds like you have these cases, and this isn't unusual, where you walk into a place, seems kind of benign, as if, you know, spirits are benign. They're not. But then a case goes sideways.
Yeah.
Whether it's parties in the basement, whether it's a possession, what seemingly is actually not what it appears to be. And it seems to me like you have to be able, because to give people emotional content on a case, which is what a psychic does.
Yeah.
Because I can look up names, dates, and addresses.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
That's
giving
good.
emotional content as to this person's frame of mind, etc. And you just go in a lot of times, I would imagine, April, and say, no, there's something else going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I always say, like, because I know a lot of people and they'll argue with me over this, but a lot of places, oh, we see the children here. I'm like, children cross over. Like they have like carte blanche going into heaven. I think it's either residual or they're faking. You know, like it's you know, they're mimicking a child to win, you know, just like Annabelle the doll, you know, mimicking a child to get your trust. Hi Mary, how are you? That scares me. You know, when I was younger, when this first started, after the visitation with my dad, the funny thing is, I don't remember that. My sister is the one that tells me that, and she doesn't believe in this. Well, she believes in her sister, of course, but never believed in this. But she tells the story of when I woke up and I started yelling for my mom, and everyone came running in the room, and I go and I look at them. I'm like, "Daddy's here," you know. And my dad had died 2 years prior, but after that event, it was all hell broke loose in my home, and it to the point that it would mimic my mother's voice. And I would wake up to the middle of the night looking for my mom. I would hear my mom going, and you know, it's weird because it was faint. It did sound distant, like echoey, because I would hear April and I'm getting frantic because then she started sounding frantic. So I'm like, I got to find my mommy. You know, I got to find my mommy. And what it would do is always get me to the top of the stairs in the pitch black. So I would fall down those stairs. It wanted me to fall down the stairs so bad. This thing wanted me dead, that it started invading my dreams. And as a child, making me have dreams that I could fly down the stairs, that I tried to do it one time.
So they were aware that you're aware.
Yeah. They were very aware that I was aware. They invaded my dreams and attached itself to me for years until I was in my 20s. And actually until I met my husband. This thing, I would have a recurring dream of this thing, and it was chasing me. I'd be running. So I always tell this one story. At the end of the dream, I was safe. Say I got the police there. And now I feel safe, and the dream is about to end. It's like a movie. The dream's about to end, and all of a sudden the cop looks at me, and it's the thing. The thing is now with the cop. So he's not dead, and then I wake up. So he's still alive. So the last dream of this, now I meet my husband, we're engaged. This dream happens again. Now they're going after my husband. I killed it. This is the love of my life. I killed this thing in the dream. And I haven't had a problem, but throughout the years, it would always pop in. It wasn't so much the dreams. The weird thing about it was, I don't know how to explain, but when there was somebody bad around me, it would talk in my ear, but it would like threaten me, like, I'm going to get you. And it would say my full name. It would say my middle name and my last name. And it was always around when somebody bad, negative energy, like somebody really bad around me. So I was like, I was trying to make the correlation between the two. Like, was it feeding off their bad energy? Was it warning me? It seemed like it didn't like me, this thing.
That's got to be one of the toughest parts, is interpreting.
Yeah, it was the interpreting of this. I still don't get it, but it always kept telling me it was going to get me. And the most horrible part, the most horrible thing was when I was a child in bed, and I woke up and I was playing with my doll, on the stand next to me, and I turn over into my bed, and there's this black thing, and I always called it the statue because it was stiff, and it was this little thing with red eyes, and it repeated 3 times, and I only say it once because it's like Beetlejuice, but it said, oh, hey.
Hey, thank you. Ghosted Magazine. I've heard of them.
Hey, Ghosted Magazine. That is my talented partner, Michael Castro. He is amazing. Oh my God. I gotta tell you, you have to interview him. He's got a story for you.
Let's get him. Get him.
If you hear his story, it's insane. And then nothing to do with ghosts. It's his life story. But this thing was in my bed, and it kept repeated 3 times, I'm gonna get you. And I just screamed, and you ran out of the room. My family came in. Nobody ever slept in that room ever again, in that house, because we would always hear babies crying. The window would open. It was creepy as hell. I would go, my parents' room was across the hall. I would go lay in that bed where I saw another man. Like, I woke up to, like, I fell asleep watching, I don't know, some cartoon, and woke up to a man sitting at the end of the bed, but it wasn't my dad. Oh, but you know what's funny? I was just talking to my sister about this. The man was in a bomber jacket, like a soldier, but I didn't feel like he was trying to hurt me. I felt like he was there to help me, but it still scared me. And I kept closing my eyes, and he wouldn't go away. I think on the 4th time when I closed my eyes and opened them, he left, and I ran down the stairs, and I'm like, Mom, there's a man in a bomber jacket upstairs, And she was saying it was my stepdad's brother, but he was a Marine. And I was talking to my sister about this. He was in the Marines.
Okay.
My dad was in the Army. He was a paratrooper that passed. So would he wear a bomber? We were just talking about this. I'm like, oh my God, because I never knew who this man was. And I didn't want to know. I really didn't want to know who any of them were, because there was a lot of bad guys.
At that point, no, why?
Yeah, because there was bad guys. There was bad guys in the house. There was that tall, thin man that would come. So now at this point, nobody sleeps up in the 3rd floor in that one bedroom. So I would sleep in my brother's room because I only felt safe with my brother. Now, the funny thing, I would feel him outside. I could hear him breathing. I could see him in my head. I know he's there. And I knew he knew I was afraid, and he liked it. That I was afraid all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the exertion of power.
Yeah.
It's all about the power.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. But the funny thing is that I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, he can never cross that room. He would never come into that room. And again, my sister says, well, April, that's because that room was added on. Like, that this is a very old house, 150 years old. That was a newer part of the house, that room they built when we moved there. Because we had so many kids, there's 6 of us, we putting us. So, but it's funny, he could never cross that threshold, this thing. But as I was getting older, I'm Sicilian. So now I'm a feisty kid. I'm an Aries. I'm a full Aries, Leo, Sag. 3 fires.
Aries from Jersey?
Yeah, and Sicilian. So now I'm getting pissed off. So I now start fighting with them. I'm like, I don't care. Now I don't care. I'm like, I'm not afraid of you.
You know what I wanted to ask you about? I know we're kind of, if I cut you off, just give me a slap.
No, go ahead.
We obviously come across a lot of people who claim psychic ability. We talk to a lot of people. There are a lot of people in chat right now where we've had conversations with, where they feel they have a gift, but it's maybe they suppress it, or they have a child who they believe has a gift.
Yeah.
And sometimes they wrap their arms around it and embrace it and want to do it the right way. This would be kind of important. At 4 years old, you had this experience. April, at what point in your life did you embrace this gift and say, I am going to put this out into the universe. I am going to do something with this. How long did that till were you an adolescent, a teenager, or even
teenager, because I was like doing crazy shit and, like just saying things that like, how did you know that? But the catalyst was, and I correlate this with coffee. And if anyone knows me, I love coffee. I am coffee-free cappuccino because the ex-boyfriend I was with when I was 16, his mother had a psychic over. And this is the first time I had coffee. So I was all excited I had coffee. It's like your first high off coffee. So I'm like, oh my God, I feel great. So it's the first time I get to meet this famous psychic from back then. His name was Joe Morgan. You're not going to find anything on him because he actually worked for NASA because he worked with aliens. And I swear to God, I think this guy was an alien. I really do, because his ears were weird. His ears had no like folds in them. They were just like flat like this in a hole. And
like a boxer was like cauliflower ear.
No, they both were like that.
Okay, yeah.
And he had this thing on his chest too. Like it wasn't a tattoo. It was like not a scar. It was like it was naturally born like that, like this circle or something. It was weird. But he can actually have the ability to move objects. Like I remember these kids, while I was there, the kids were playing pool and he was like moving the balls like with his hand. It was just crazy. And the last I heard, he like disappeared, but he worked with NASA too, because he showed us pictures that were used by NASA pictures, like their camera that only could capture. It was a big mothership over New York. It was crazy. That was invisible to the human eye. Okay. So he was the one that told me that I had the gift. But and of course, as a kid at 16, I'm like, am I going to be famous? And with this, and because I actually wanted to be an artist. I'm an artist. Sorry, that's what I wanted to be. And he told me not until later in my life. And it's funny because not until later in age, like that I get the call from Travel Channel and everything and become bigger, because I've always done readings and everything for years, but and I was doing residential cases, because people heard about me, blah, blah, blah. But when I came on the scene, I'm older now, so, and I get the call for TV and everything. So he was right about that, but he saw that, he told, when I asked him, I said, what was that thing in my room? And he said, because when we have the gift, they want to suppress us from helping others. If you're going to grow up to help others, the other side, because we essentially go into homes and we can get rid of spirits, most of the time. That's
kind of counterintuitive to what you're always hearing. See? Yeah. So that's odd.
Plus they can see us. They see us. So we all have auras. Our auras shine brighter than normal, regular people, even though we all have this gift. But once you hone in on it and get this, we shine brighter. And it's, it's funny. Let me tell you something. I remember I was out with friends doing an investigation, and they had the thermal cam. This is the first time I saw it. I thought it was so cool. And I know when I meditate or when I'm trying to connect with spirit, I always should picture my energy going up like into a cone, as high as I can get it. That's how I picture it in my head. And I try to make this cone go as high as it can so I can connect. So I said, hey, put that on me. Put that camera on me. And when you know it, all of a sudden, the cone started going up and up and up. There's a lighted cone over my head going up. So I'm like, that's exactly how I explain it. So it was crazy. Try again. Have somebody do that with you.
Was that, you know, you mentioned the Kaufman Travel Channel and that kind of things. Was that like one of your like oh shit moments? This is like this is something bigger than me at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think I was special. I just thought everyone could do this. I just mastered it quicker than everyone.
I get you.
You know, like I was always slow in math. I always sucked in math. But you know, those kids that can add in their heads, like my partner Michael Castro,
Right.
could add 1 million times 5,236. You know, and I can't. I'm slow, so I just thought I was good at that, and just like other people are good in math. Like it was like almost like a parlor trick with my friends. And this is another story, and I always said this is funny because we were kids. We were like young, 15, 16, 17. I forgot. But I'm sitting on church stairs with my friends, and I had a crush on this guy, Jimmy, and he had a Z28. And I remember I said, Jimmy's going to pull up in his car and he's going to ask me for a ride. He's going to ask me to go for a ride. I shit you not, like within less than a minute, he pulls up. He goes, you want to go for a ride? I'm like, goodbye. They're like, you're a witch. I'm like, no. And I thought I had magic powers. I'm like, no, I made that happen. I can make things happen. But it was, in essence, I was just knowing that it would happen.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, because we're going to bring George back in here shortly before we go to break at the top. A lot of people seek out readings for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, there are some who are very serious about it. There are some who are very curious about it.
Oh, I've had the skeptics, and I love them.
Yep. And
I have the people that sit in front of me like this.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are some who, look at it as, entertainment in their mind. So let's go to the first category. People who, for whatever their emotional, psychological reasons, want an actual reading for whatever brings them to you or anybody else. If someone is doing this for the first time, and maybe as a means to an end, other things have failed, they want whatever the case may be for that individual. For someone who is seeking a reading for the very first time, what would you tell them about their approach, open-mindedness, and actually looking for a psychic?
Yeah.
Number
one thing I always tell people, if you go to a psychic and they ask for your birthday or sign, run. Because they're going to give you an astrology reading. I know astrology, and not until like the end of my readings. Everyone knows me. I'll like say, hey, this guy sounds like a Scorpio. And I always go, run.
Right.
I'll the reason why at the end of the reading, I said it'll sound like you're a Cancer because this year Cancer is coming into new relationship. But I'll never talk about that in the beginning. And I always tell them, if somebody asks you for your birthday, do not give it to them. Because you're going to get an astrology reading. So you go they're going to describe an Aries. So if I go to somebody, right? Oh, you go oh my God. Yes, I am impatient. Yes, hyper. Yes, I get angry at the drop of a dime, And you're like, oh my God, that's so me. In essence, you're just getting an astrology reading. You're being read out of a book, how an Aries acts, So don't give them that. I always tell people, I am funny and I'm very comforting, and you're going to feel like Mary will tell you, you will become my best friend during the reading. I'm very, gentle with people, but I'll be harsh too when they're being, silly when I'm telling, say if it comes to relationship, I'm like, hey, this guy's cheating, I see, or he's with somebody, but listen, don't let that upset you because I always give them the ending to it. I give them the other side of the rainbow, that I do see this other man come in for you. They say, I feel like this man has a M name, like maybe Mark is coming in. He'll probably be coming in December. Don't worry, be patient. Take this time for yourself. Get your thoughts together. Put your life together. Take care of you. But your knight in shining armor is coming in.
Yeah.
Say it that way. Loved ones, when loved ones cross. The only thing I don't. Oh God, that's horrible. When the loved ones cross, they always like to tell you how they died, like they in detail to me. I think this is like a month or two ago. A woman came to me, and I forgot who it was, brother or something, was coming through. I kept seeing this crane hitting me in the head, like almost. This is gross. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Splitting him in half, and that's what happened. But I couldn't say it to her. Like I am like, I can't say this to her. Like I said, I know this is a very bad accident. I said, and I keep seeing machinery. It feels like a crane. And she said it. I said, okay, thank you. Because I couldn't say this to her. He wanted them to know that there was, like, no pain. He was okay. He was talking about his daughters. They'll bring up their children. It's very comforting, and also some of them are very funny, and they'll poke fun at me too. I had a guy that didn't believe in this, and he was such a goofball, and he was saying to me, like, I still don't believe in you, April. And this guy's passed, like, I still don't believe in you. And then I had some really lovely stories, like a woman's mom just passed. Why is my phone going on? This is weird. My phone keeps trying to go on. It's making weird noises. And the mother starts, oh God, what song is it? It's an Italian song. Oh.
Amore?
No, it was another one. Well, anyway, I forgot what Italian song it is, but I said, you're not going to, I said, I keep hearing this song, and I'm singing it to her. Why can't Alfangul? I can't remember it. I'm singing it to her. She goes, and the girl goes, oh my God, April. She goes, that was her and my son's song. And we blasted that behind the hearse as we were driving to the. She goes, nobody knows this except for like the immediate family.
Right.
So it was so. I said, "Oh my God, that was so beautiful!" Like she loved that song, so she was playing the song for me. So it's amazing how they use the song and things like that. That you will know that it's them.
I'm going to bring George back. If you're just joining us, welcome to Dead Air.
Hi, George.
Our guest tonight is April Busset, the psychic housewife of New Jersey, and we're talking a little bit about her career, her thoughts, and her approach to what it is that she does. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. And George, this is in your capable hands. I'm going to be over here.
Why? Why are you going on a break? Why don't we get a break? Why is he the only one that gets a break?
You'll get one in about 10 minutes.
There are going to be questions.
Hey, listen.
Ken has the unenviable task right now to choose who's going to be in the line of readings in the next hour.
Okay.
And so he's got to set up with them and then say, hey, maybe you'll get on, maybe you won't get on. Yeah. It depends on the time frame, things like that. I want to go to the direction for the last 10 minutes here before we go to break of the magazine because I love what I do with this show. Been doing it for 16 years. Ken's been with me for at least 8 to 10 of those years. And what's so enjoyable about it is reaching out.
I cut you off for a second. Did you? I see that you're an author. I didn't know this. Do you have a series of books?
No, I only have one.
I see 3 more.
Our regulars are going to love this.
Earlier when I came on, I'm so sorry to do this. Earlier when I was coming on, I kept seeing a series of books, and I'm like, all right, this is for one of them. I feel like there's going to be.
Don't go down that friggin' road, okay? Because everybody's driving me crazy for sequels.
All right, guys.
Everybody's driving me crazy for sequels, and there are 2 that are lined up, but I got to get around to writing.
There's going to be 3 more because it's a series of 4.
Good God. The first one was a nightmare. Anyway, our regulars know this. I wrote a book with Andrea Perrin from The Conjuring.
I am going to order that.
And I've never been to the Conjuring house.
No. Oh.
Never.
Oh.
Never been.
I've been there. It's it is quite amazing.
It is an amazing place, and everybody tells me about it. But anyway, let's talk about this. You're the creator, you're the owner of Ghosted Magazine, chief editor. I would imagine you have incredible staff with you. But tell us about your process of who gets in there. How do you choose who's going to be part of this incredible magazine?
Well, I came up with this idea years ago that I wanted to do this, and I was just waiting for that right moment. And Michael Castro, I had met. He had called me because he was on another paranormal team. Great guy. He's a bit of a skeptic, but he loves the paranormal too. That's Michael to the right. That's Eric. Eric is our location scout. That's me in the middle. Finally airbrushed. But I called up Michael last August, and I was trying to say, "Hey, Michael, I have this idea for a magazine. Do you think we could do it?" And he goes, "Absolutely." So, I go home, and Michael has our business license, our website up already.
Wow.
Michael does all this. All the photography. He's amazing. He built the website. Ghosted Magazine, our logo was created by him. That is not like, font that you can find anywhere. He made the font.
Wow.
Yeah. He's absolutely talented. And which I didn't know, he is an amazing writer. So he does most of the writing. It's just him, I, and Eric, but it's us, Michael, that own it. Eric does our locations. What we really look for, we're trying to find obscure places, and obviously we're on the East Coast, so we know everything here. And I try to find teams that aren't well known, the bigger teams. I try to bring the little teams out. I want everyone to be noticed. That's what we want, the little people in too. Of course, we're going to have our celebrities, because when we first figured this out, we had this laid out, like who we were going to be doing. So
Right.
all 12 issues, was it 12 issues, 6 issues? Because we're quarterly. No, 4 issues. It's so bad. We're quarterly, and we're print and digital too, guys. But we already had it set up how we were going to do it. Like we had Penhurst, because we were going to be at the Penhurst Paracon. Hi, Melinda. How are you? So that's basically how we do. We scour, we look at Facebook. We watch other people talking.
Same thing.
We are looking for other locations, obscure locations that people will give us. And I always like to have like a famous psychic in there. So that's how I do, because I know a lot of psychics try to reach out to me, but I that's my thing. So I pick the more prominent psychics in the field. Maybe down the line I might do others, I'll see. But we do like the smaller teams. Like I was out in Ohio doing an event, and I ran into this great group of 3 Souls Paranormal. I love them. Just they saw the fire in their belly. They weren't about being on TV or getting YouTube videos up. They were just a bunch of guys having a great time.
Sure.
And they were in for. Then Michael found the best. They're called Ghost Gang. I love these 2 guys. And I'm going to be, we're having the Supernatural Soiree October 26th, guys. Please go to supernaturalsoiree.com. It's a huge event on the haunted Battleship, New Jersey. Patty Negri is going to be doing midnight seances. It's a party with a bunch of teams. There's going to be celebrities there, but it's not a paracon, so you're not standing in line. They're going to be mixing, hanging out with us, dancing, drinking, eating. It's a red carpet event. So when you're coming up, up the to the ship, it's a red carpet. There's going to be like a little bit of a freak show going on there. We have 360 cameras going on. We're having the guns, they call it the 5-inch guns that they shoot off the ship.
Oh, sure.
They're not 5 inches. I don't know why they call it that. But anyway, you could win a raffle to shoot those guns that night. So it's going to be fun. There's DJ music. It's awesome. There's giveaways. It's just going to be a blast. And there's just going to be a lot of freaky shit going on there too. It's going to be fun, scary stuff going on.
So a lot of the times within the magazine, you're probably also going to share within your experiences, your team's experiences, going to a lot of these different events. But when it comes to your guests, is it an interview? Is it over the phone? Is it in person? A mixture of everything?
It's a mixture of everything, but mostly we do Zoom. So that's why I want to get into the Ghost Gang. So Michael found Ghost Gang on YouTube, these guys, right? I met them in person. They are fabulous. They work with these two other guys, the film crew that put this together. They took these two guys that are not investigators, not into the paranormal, and they drop them off at a location where they don't know they're going. They get a note with equipment, telling what like goes on in this place, and they just drop them off at a haunted location. But these two guys are hysterical, and I thought, what a great concept,
Find yourself, again, and the same thing as we do this show. We just randomly will shoot messages out there. I mean, there's a lot of people in this field that we've met and known for years, and sometimes they return back again. Hopefully you're one of those also, as the months go by and there's something that you want to announce. We'd love to have you back on here again.
Absolutely. I got to get Michael on here. You have to.
Yes.
My partner.
But that's what you do. You network and you find yourselves a certain character of people that, can be fun to talk to, interesting to talk to. I'm sure you've been in the same hot seat as we have been, where there's somebody that's just like, they're just droll, or they're just monosyllabic in their responses, and it makes it very tough to do the job. But
yes,
we're going to go to break here right now.
How long break for?
3 minutes.
That's all we get?
That's all you get.
Maron.
Well, I'd say if you take longer, we'll take you off screen when we come back.
Take me off screen until I come back.
And then Ken and I will, at that point in time, just kind of prep everybody else for
refill that wine. Everybody take a pee break.
Ken got to go to the bathroom, have a cigarette, watch TV. He gets a 10-minute break.
Go do your thing, and when you come back, you come back. All right, guys. We're going to go to break with see you in 3 minutes. You're watching Dead or Alive on the Dead or Full Spectrum channel. Stay with us.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
As UFO reports come in from around the world, the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, is there. We continue to explore new cases and build our massive database. We share our information with the world in a number of ways. If you would like to be part of our investigative team, you are always welcome. What could be more exciting than exploring the UFO question firsthand? Join MUFON, find your friends.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to our show, second hour with a very special guest, April Busset. She's off screen right now. She is putting on her Karnak the Magnificent hat so that she can do readings. Quick announcement for all of you. Again, the importance, Ken, if you want to put up the Patreon stream again, the banner.
Sure.
If any of you are interested in joining our Patreon membership, $3 membership, tomorrow night, for those who can just at least view, but we are going to be doing a group remote viewing to an undisclosed location. And, again, guys, those of you who already volunteered, Ken's got all of your information. He'll be sort of the statistician for tomorrow night, and I'll walk you guys through this remote viewing and see just how accurate this is all going to go. Again, I've reached out to Amanda, Colette, Michael, Gabriel to have them assist in this tomorrow night. So we're looking forward to it. So again, if you guys want to check out on the Patreon, and Ken, if you want to talk about some of the other things that are on there.
Yeah. We have such things as where George and I react to paranormal videos. We have something called Paranormal Academy, where we talk about different facets of investigating, some tips for you. We have Erin Bush will come in and tell us a little bit about, coping mechanisms, from a metaphysical standpoint. There are a ton of investigation evidence videos on there that we will put up so everyone can discuss. And then our town hall, 8 p.m. every Monday, we have all the rebroadcasts of that. So our members can kind of catch up if you couldn't make it and see what we're talking about. Those things are getting pretty interesting in there. Yes. Everybody is starting to build relationships, come forward. We have an absolute blast. That seems to be something that the people who participate in absolutely love. And we love hearing your thoughts. We love seeing you on screen with us rather than just a name in chat. And you never know who's going to show up as a guest on these things. We could bring anybody in to just join in the good times. So there's an awful lot that we have to offer you on this as an exclusive member, where we talk about things we don't talk about on air. We'll spill a little tea, give you some inside baseball and things like that. So, hey, $3 a month. Come on in, see what we have there. For anybody who wants to check it out, there are some free things on there to give you an idea of every category we do and what we're doing. So Patreon, we appreciate your patronage, and come and join us. So I'm looking. Absolutely. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to this. So this would be cool.
All right. So as we bring our very special guest, April Busset, back on with us, the second half of Jersey, let's clue April in on why we chose who we chose. And it's very, very simple. These are some of our Patreon account members.
Oh, absolutely. I love it.
So rather than randomly pick somebody who might do this.
Oh, yeah. I don't. Yeah.
We got people who,
can really we do it like in question form, because then I'll wind up like going into a whole, and I can't guarantee if somebody's going to come through. I do want to tell you, I feel like if somebody lost a child or something about a young girl.
Okay. So what we did with this, as George says, we went to our Patreon members because we know that they're invested in this. They're random people, to you. You've never met them. Yeah. But they're going to have open minds about this kind of thing. They're not here to be, can I just say, jackasses? Yeah.
I saw you. I saw in the private chat there was somebody being crude, but you always get, especially on YouTube. Oh my God.
You haven't made it, April, until people start being crude.
Yeah.
But blessedly, it's not a common occurrence, thank goodness, so we'll take it where we can. Now, I wanted to kind of set this up also for you, April, that we want to try and get a few people in. So we're going to set somewhat of a timer in there, about 15 minutes. Are you good with that? Or
Yeah,
does it
whatever
need
you
to go-
want. I don't care.
If we hit that 15-minute mark, then you'll hear this.
Oh, that's like really like, you're out. Get out of here.
That's it. Gone.
Yeah. Yeah, or we'll just
Thing that
applaud
makes
them off.
tracks.
Yeah, we'll send them off from there. In any event, let's bring on Ken, our very, very first victim subject.
Okay, our Patreon member is Melissa Blackman.
Melissa.
Hey,
Melissa,
Melissa.
April.
How are you?
Now,
Hello, love.
do
How
we,
are you?
April? Do we get off screen? Is that the
I
best thing
think
for
that's
you?
I think
Yeah,
that's
what you
a
do.
fine idea.
Whatever.
Okay. I'll leave you to it then. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to scribble. I'm also going to throw down cards. You know what I like to do? Start off like with the questions, because it's easier that or it could be like love life and but there's something around an older female with knickknacks. Do you know
Okay.
what I'm talking about?
Probably, yes.
Yeah. Do you have the knickknacks? Who has the knickknacks?
I
Some were
have a
lost.
lot.
Some were lost. Some were broken. Was one a doggy?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay, all right. Because I as soon as I saw you, I saw this female around you, and she's talking about the knickknacks, and she's very, very. Did she lose a child? I'm trying to figure out who lost a child, because I went into the ladies' room before, and I automatically saw a child, and I had the feeling somebody had lost a child. But I feel like this person would have had children though too, because I saw her was she a homemaker too?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking you're thinking
Yeah,
of.
because she has a child, she's she's doing a lot. She's cooking, cleaning. She's got a child, but she's got a very, very kind disposition. But I feel like she had a little bit of a rough life too. Behind the scenes, I don't think that she really talked about it a lot. She wouldn't say this.
Yes.
Yeah. So she wouldn't talk about it. She just wanted everybody else taken care of. Talking about cooking, always like, are you Italian? Because I feel like she like to feed people too. Because I know the Italians. Because I know if you don't eat, if my daughter doesn't eat, I'm like, what's wrong? Are you sick? What's going on?
I'm not Italian, but yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she, the one thing she tells me about is the knickknacks. Did she have heart condition? Who had the heart condition? Problems with the heart?
Yes, she did.
Yeah. All right. Because she talks. Because I see I'm going to tell you guys, so you know what I was seeing. She showed me a red ribbon. I don't know what the red ribbon means, but to me, it was heart. It was heart. That's why. That's how I know it's heart.
Okay.
She's telling me something with the heart, fatty heart, issues with the heart. She had other illnesses too. This is something with the arteries. She's talking about the person that was holding her hand at when she passed.
Okay.
All right. And I understood what you were saying, she's saying, and thank you. But she was trying to say something too. Do you understand what I said? Did you understand what I meant when I said that?
Yes.
I don't. All right. So I don't know what she's talking about, but she's telling me to say this to you.
Okay.
She's very grateful for you. And she's grateful that you carry on her name. Somebody keeps carrying on her name. Somebody talks about her or carries on her name.
Oh, we talk about her all the time.
And thank you for that, because that keeps her alive. They love to be spoken about,
Yes.
because it's like music going to heaven.
Yes.
For them, and they feel that.
Good.
And it really, and it actually, they're in heaven already, but it lifts them more. It almost elevates them to the
Good.
next level, that all that love, and they feel it.
Good.
She keeps talking about ribbons and somebody's hair, doing somebody's hair.
She always loved fixing all of the little girls' hair.
Yeah, because I want to know.
She didn't like, this would drive her crazy. She would be like, get
she's
get
doing
your
the
hair
ribbons.
back so I can see your face. Yes, she did that to all of us.
Yeah, she likes the ribbons and the hairs. Ribbon. I can't. I don't. If it's not you, it's got to be somebody else. There's something with the little girl who's passed. Somebody that lost a child. It's over there because this child I saw while I was in the bathroom. Let me tell you something. I get most of my people in the bathroom.
Well, that can be rude.
It's like, or if I sit on my stairs or if I walk my dog, I get information. So, but she just wanted to say thank you so much. But what was it that she wanted? Did you understand what she said at the end? But yeah,
I was not the one that was there. I wish I had been, but I was not.
Okay.
Presuming it's the same. We're thinking of the same person you're speaking with.
Yeah. So he's talking about that. Let me see what's going on with you. Was somebody are you going? Is somebody doing some legal paperwork? Some paperwork now? Like this might be a property or wait.
Like recently?
Let me see. There's something. Wait. Either somebody's moving or somebody's leaving.
Not that I'm aware of, but maybe they just haven't mentioned it yet.
And she's talking about the person that hasn't been feeling good too. I don't know if this person's in the hospital or going for a procedure.
Getting ready for a procedure. Yes.
Okay. Talking about that. Is that a male?
Not the one I'm thinking of. No.
Okay, because she's talking about the male that was not feel somebody
unless somebody is up to something they have not mentioned to me.
Yeah,
and we're all kind of.
And unless I'm mixing this up because I do see somebody going in for a procedure, having work done. Also, somebody else had heart issues too.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have to go through the leg or do something through the leg or somebody's going to have a procedure done?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the procedure coming up. Yes.
Okay. They know they're very scared.
Oh yeah.
Somebody also, they're going to be fine, but I know it was the news was kind of shocking that they get.
Oh yeah.
Because it's blockage that was a lot more than expected or more fatty heart, more damage to the heart than expected. But they're going to be okay, but I know they're very scared. I know it's
yes.
Yeah. It's going to be a little rough of recovery, but they're going to be fine.
Okay. We kind of figured that. Yeah.
Who's the M name? M.
Could be a lot of us.
Okay. So I feel like it's either
there's a lot of us.
Wait, it's either going to be, I feel like I got a female and a male. Like the female is going to be an MA or something, Mary Marie or something. And the other one's going to be like a Michael or I know it's a male.
There is a Michael that's dealing with some heart things right now, but that was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that's the person that's having the issues. I'm just talking about this person.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing up. They don't have to be the person, but they're bringing up that name. And I heard Michael, which is funny because it's my father's name who's passed. So, but everything's going to be okay. I know Michael went through a rough time.
Yeah.
Michael went through a rough time. I almost feel like, I feel like I have an epiphany. Michael has an epiphany too.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully, because after dealing with this for a long time, I'm trying not to get personal, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he's kind of like asking for forgiveness from people or, so that's why I feel like Michael's going to have an epiphany. But he keeps doing this to us. He keeps doing this, Michael, over and over again.
I know.
And we keep taking it back, and you screw us again.
Family.
Yeah, absolutely. So also, let's see. There is also a celebration. Either this is somebody's anniversary of passing, or birthday coming up, or it might have just passed.
We have had a lot of those. We are
Oh,
a very
okay,
big
yeah.
family. I don't think there's too many months that we don't have a lot of.
All right, you're no help, Melissa. No.
I know. Well, I don't want to give you too much.
No. Yeah, I don't want too much. Absolutely. Also, somebody had an issue around marriage. I hate bringing the stuff out. I don't know why they're bringing all the stuff up. They're like the gossip from the family. Stop it already, Maron. They're like,
Lord have mercy. It's like you're going to have to narrow that down. It's like, which one?
Might have been.
There wasn't anybody that didn't have. Let's put it that way.
There was an incident secrets coming out about an affair or cheating or something like that.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, some people think things are secret, and everybody's like, "Oh, we all knew."
Wait, listen, but this secret is going to come out, or it just recently came out. So, and it's been a long time, and I feel like this person needs to start a new chapter in their life anyway.
Might not be a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, that looks good. Let me see. Did you have health issues?
Nothing major.
Nothing major.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing more than, I'm getting older. Everything hurts when I move.
No, I don't see anything bad for you. Honest to God, I don't see anything bad for you because this woman with the knickknacks is bringing you flowers. But all right, let me see. I'm trying to figure out because the coloring of the flowers might be significant. Is somebody born around July 4th or in July?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Well, there's quite a few of us, but mine's in July also.
All right, because I know it's July.
Okay.
So that's why she's bringing you flowers, because your birthday. Okay. So
that's right.
All right. So, well, she's giving you the flowers. So obviously you're the July person. So thank you. That was so nice of her. She's very sweet. I love her. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she said, please continue talking. She likes the stories about her.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was just relaying one of those today, in fact, to somebody.
I know she did some, because she kind of reminds me of my mother a little. They get a little crazy, especially at parties.
A little?
Yeah, because...
Sorry.
He's talking. I'm into like dancing at the what? Like my mother was much older, and her and my aunt would act like damn fools dance and pulling up their dresses and stuff like that. So she's kind of showing me that. Not like they're showing undies, but like pulling up the skirt. She's act crazy, but
having a good time.
Listen, she deserved it. She raised a lot of kids. She fed everyone. She wanted to have fun, but she's fine over there. But continue to keep talking about her.
Oh, always. We never shut up about her. Yeah. I'm glad she likes that.
Who's the J name with her, or is that her?
No, that is her granddaughter, who is my daughter.
Okay, all right.
And they were.
Okay, please tell her, squeeze her for me. Is that the Jane? Because I don't know the name, but I know it's a J name that she keeps bringing up. But she said, please squeeze her for me.
Her official name is Jennifer. My mother was the only person allowed to call her Jennifer.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. But give her a big squeeze for her. Like, squeeze her hard.
Gladly.
Yeah. All right, Melissa. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did, darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Cheers. Hey, cheers.
Here we go.
Rosé, baby.
Thanks, April, I got to ask you, April, before we get into our next guest joining us also, what I'd like to know, again, you may have heard, we're doing a remote viewing experiment tomorrow. Is there, and Melissa's going to be part of it, our next guest, Jean, is going to be part of it also. Is there anything from an energy perspective, as you're talking to them, that you could, through the internet, I know it's kind of a unique thing, but this is how we're doing the remote view tomorrow, but you could bestow upon them, whether it's the confidence or
it definitely is always confidence. And I always listen to, you have to distinguish between, as we start doing this, we distinguish between our imagination and what we're really seeing. And that's the hard part. You have to learn to distinguish. That comes in time. That does come in time. But I do remote viewing. I learned how to do the CIA way. I was taught that it just doesn't work for me. It does work, but I like my free hand type of way of doing it. Like so when I like Michael runs this place called the New Egypt Historical Site, is a friggin' awesome haunted location. When I tell you scary, Michael came to my house. He was dropping off some magazines, and we were talking. As soon as he said New Egypt, my mind automatically was there. As soon as you start talking to me, I go there.
Yeah.
And because I remember saying to him, I said, Michael, I said, does this have stairways that you could look down? You know those stairs where you could look down the hole, like, it's like it goes like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's like, yes. I said, because I said, no, I don't want to give that away because I want you guys to go to New Egypt. But that's how I work. Like, I just automatically tune into it. It just comes naturally. I try to use, like, I helped in a missing persons case, which I don't really like to do. So please don't contact me, please. I don't like doing it because, especially if it's bad news, I don't like to deliver bad news.
Right.
Yeah. It just upsets me so much. But somebody did. So I would tell you, because if I see a picture, I could tell if they're dead or alive. So the person sent me a picture, and I knew the woman was alive. And I said, this is not the first time she has done this. So right off the bat, I told this person, I said, but I did tell her she is by a river, by water. She's walking barefoot in wet leaves, but there is a man in a suit that sees her and sees that she's disoriented, and she will be found. That's exactly what happened. They found her that night, but
Amazing.
But I don't like to do that because, listen, plus I can be implicated.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't want to be implicated.
You're not psychic. You're an accomplice. That kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm not that's why people think it's mean. It's not mean. You guys don't have no idea what hell I would go through.
Right.
Plus I did name a killer live one time, and I remember Lisa Williams telling me, don't ever do that, but it was happening. I just was in the moment, because Lisa Williams did that, and the killer went looking for Lisa. She had to have security, that they actually ran the stage to go after her.
Yeah.
And security had to grab Lisa and hide her.
Well, we have to wrap our heads around the idea that sometimes these stories don't have happy endings.
Right.
Yeah.
Ken, who is our next contestant?
Our next contestant. Come on down. We are going to meet Jean, April.
Hi, Jean. How are you?
I'm well, April. How are you tonight?
Good. It's so nice to meet you. Do
You
you
as
have
well.
a specific question that you wanted to ask? Like, you don't have to give me details. I will tell you, I do have a male behind you. I do see a male with you.
Okay.
This is an older gentleman. This guy will probably be in his 80s when he passes.
Yes.
Maybe 86, I want to say.
A little bit older.
Okay. Well, all right. That's a feeling. He's funny. He scoots when he walks. He's like, he's absolutely adorable because he's scooting as he walks. I know I have back problems. I had an issue walking.
Yes.
Did he have stomach issues too? Because I feel like my stomach hurts around him.
Yes.
All right. I was reading what somebody wrote. Yeah, he's talking about the stomach issues that he had.
Can I?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
give you?
yeah.
Can I tell you?
Yes.
Okay. If it's who I'm thinking, he passed of a perforated bowel.
I knew it. I was gonna say. I feel like because you know what? Listen. I saw black, so I know there's when I see black, because I know it's poison that was released out of that, and I feel like that. I wanted to say I can't say diverticulitis. I can't say that word, but I know it was punctured because I see releasing and the poison, and because I'm hunched over as I'm walking, I'm having pain with my stomach for the longest time. It was slowly building up. Did he had issue? What did he have issues with talking or his tongue or something too?
No.
Guys, what I'm doing right now is I scribble. It helps. Do you ever see Tyler Henry when he scratches? I scribble too. It helps me
Yes.
read. All right. Wait. He's showing me a book, almost like he showed me like checks, a check written out. This
Okay.
mean, wait, I'm trying to see what this. Was he leaving money to like 4 people or talking about something with money?
Oh, I wish I knew that.
All right. I feel like somebody was left out or of getting money.
Well, there were only 2 of us, and there really wasn't any money.
Yeah, I get that, but he's telling me, I don't know. I feel like money was withheld. I don't know why he showed me that. So, all right, we're gonna
Okay, I'll think
pass.
on that.
Yeah, think on that because he's showing me something with money that he wanted to give to you or something that he wanted to give to you.
Oh, yes. If you turn it that way, yes.
Yeah. And
So
did you not get it?
I was actually left the home, but before he passed, he had to liquidate all of his assets.
Okay.
So there was money there that I was not able to get.
Okay, because he's telling me that he wanted you to get this money. He wanted,
Yes.
yeah. And wait, let me see. Did he serve in the military?
Yes.
Okay.
Very proud.
Yeah, that's because he's showing me that. If you could see what they show me, it's weird because I don't know. Let me see. What happened to the insurance from that? What happened to the insurance?
From the military?
Yeah.
We received it.
Oh, all right, good. All right, because he's making. I'm like,
Yes.
because I'm trying to understand. Because I almost feel like he's telling me something's missing that you were supposed to get, or
Oh,
unless
I
somebody
don't-
else got it.
No, there wouldn't have been anybody else too.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I don't
Yeah.
know, but I feel like I'm looking in a book too. So something might have been found in the. I'll tell you, this will probably be like the 4th time that this has come up where something was in a book.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 2 out of the 4 people I told about found something in a book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's something about some. Well, back then how they put stuff in the books. They hid everything in the books.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so he keeps talking about the book. He's this book, and I know something's in it, and I know it's money because he's showing me a check that, and I know that means finances, money somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But was that was there a difference with the property too? The property line or property was it cut in half or?
No, not that I know of.
All right. There's something off about the property. That could have been 2 lots or something. This ain't Jean's time to go through some books.
Yeah.
For real.
You bet, Sandy.
Let me see. I'm just gonna. Does somebody have like some type of when they have to wear the bracelet, like if they have like epilepsy or something like that? Who is that?
My mother.
Okay, he's bringing her up, and who had the dog?
We did collectively, all of us. Yes.
Okay,
Many.
Because there's a dog with him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's something about the dog's collar. He's talking something on the dog's collar. Who's Irish? Is this an Irish setter? Because there's a reference being made
Yeah.
to like a 4-leaf clover with me. So something with Irish, something being Irish, or the dog. But he has the dog with him.
Okay.
All right. And who had to let's see, wait. So I can't tell if your mom's there or not, but he's making reference to the mother, your mother.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So was there a question that you had too that you wanted to ask me?
I don't think so. I just wanted to kind of
See who would
what.
come through. Yeah.
Right.
Well, this is
right.
the man that comes through. But I'm telling you, he showed me the book. There's something in one of the books. I know
Okay.
my mother was notorious for doing that. That's why he showed me that. And my grandmother. We would find money in the weirdest places. I just telling you, I feel like he had money somewhere. Or paperwork. There's something there. He's also talking about somebody has to wait, somebody's having issues. Somebody's having issue. I don't know if this is arthritis. Wait, let me see. So I feel like I'm having problems with my fingers and my toes, or so I'm trying to decipher if he's talking about somebody had issues, with the hands. Is this your mom?
She had severe arthritis in her
Oh.
ankles, yes, and
Okay.
he had neuropathy in his hands.
Yeah,
so
it
he
looks
couldn't,
like all right, because he's making he's just, you know why they're telling me this? So you know who they are.
Yes.
Yeah. So all right, so from there, he's showing me dancing with his with your mom, dancing with your
Mhm.
mother. They're making reference to this. This is going to be their anniversary. Something around an anniversary, a picture of them dancing.
Okay.
All right. He makes reference to that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And you have that picture?
Yes.
All right. Who's the RO name? Rose, Roseanne, or Robert?
Living or deceased?
I'm not sure. I'm just
I
hearing
do
that.
have a very good friend named Rose.
Okay. Rose is the religious one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I see the rosary beads with Rose.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very good person. But she's a nervous ninny.
Oh, yes.
Oh my
Yep.
God. But he says she's a good friend to you too. He's
Very
talking about
good.
it's a very good friend to you, and he's glad that you have her around. And
Mhm.
that she's, it's funny. He says this woman prays for them. She prays for everyone. She prays for
Yes.
you. And she still prays for the dead that are passed. And tell her thank you that he knows that she does this. That is very beautiful. I tell when we say prayers for the people that are deceased, it really they feel this in heaven, and it comes up as music to them, so they know when somebody's talking about them, and it really helps them. They all want to be
Okay.
remembered. Would you? All right, I was asking another one because I don't know if this is for you. I don't know. Somebody lost a child, female. I don't know if this is for you.
Mm.
You know that. I wonder if anyone in the audience would know this too.
And was it a how young was the child?
Um,
Or
I am not sure, but I know it's a young child, and I know it's a female.
okay, that
All right, if you don't know offhand, then it's not for you.
yeah.
Yeah, because this is something you would recognize right away. Because somebody
Right.
lost a child. Oh, hey Ken, what's going on?
Oh, we're just, coming to the end of the session.
Yeah. All right, Jean. Listen, it was a pleasure to speak to you, and know that this is your dad.
Yes.
Yeah, he's around you, and your mother's passed too.
Yes, actually, my dad's birthday was 3 days ago. My mother's is coming up in 4 days.
Okay, all right. That's a celebration too. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're around you. It's funny. Your mother was being very quiet, like sitting in the background, and I couldn't tell if she was with me or here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because he was doing all the talking.
That was kind of the way. Yeah, she was very
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah. So I would love for her to come through next time, like just her, but
Right.
he's
Thank
okay.
you.
They're together. They're fine, and he keeps talking about them dancing together. That they're together. It's
They
quite
were
beautiful.
so in love. They
Yeah.
were unbelievably
And I'll
connected.
tell you, April, Jean certainly then takes after her mother. Even when we have our town hall and Patreon on Mondays, she's kind of in the background, very demure, very, very
Yeah.
quiet, but at the same time, I know she is, as I'm sure you could pick up, very spiritual, very connected.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's a blessing to have her join us on Mondays.
I'm
Well, thank
surprised you don't feel them around you, because I do feel your dad is in the
I
house a
do.
lot.
I
Yeah.
do. I
And
do.
you'll probably get the goosebumps with him.
I get them an awful lot.
Yeah, that's him. He's always around, and he's like still scatting around, like with the 2 feet. Like he's so cute. And I see him bent over, but he told me, he goes, "My stomach hurts, April." He goes, "That's
Yeah,
like
it
my
was
stomach
sad.
hurts."
It was
Yeah,
very sad.
but he's absolutely adorable. I love him, and
Thank
he
you so much.
salutes the guys. So I don't know who's
Yep.
in the military. So
Yep.
that was a
Well,
big thing
thank
to
you
him.
very much, April. This was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
thank you
Pleasure
for
to
your
meet you.
kind words, George, as well.
Thank you, Jean. We'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, love?
Okay.
Yes, you will. Thank
All
you.
right.
Care, hon.
Take care. Ken?
Well, yeah, we have, and those of you who are commenting, I mean, I know that the chat is very engaged with this. We'll put certain comments up, but we don't want, comments and screens and graphics going up. So if anybody has something to comment on, we can do it a little bit later or in between sessions. But
Yeah, I really can't. They're going so quick, so I can't see them.
I know. I mean, it's just kind of like, and saying hello to each other and interacting with each other. We love
Oh
our.
yeah. I see that now. They're talking to him.
Oh yeah, we love our supporters. We really, and they love each other. Really, it's
Yeah,
kind of like,
that's beautiful. It's a nice community.
yeah, it's a nice family here. Well, April, we would like to introduce you to another one of our really good friends. She comes to us from Oregon, and she is Liz Hassan. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
You may be muted. Muted, Liz. There you go.
Liz. Hey, Liz. What's going on?
Not much. I'm here with you two and the rest of the chat and everyone, and nice to be
Well,
here.
Liz, I'm going to tell you something. You definitely have an ability to probably good with healing.
Oh,
all right.
That's good to hear.
Do you garden? Do you like herbs and stuff like that?
Oh, how'd you know? Oh,
Because-
no, wait.
You silly girl.
Yes.
All right. You have that nurturing because you're working with the earth and the plants, and you have that healing ability from the earth. This would definitely be your thing.
Healing plants or healing
No,
animals?
healing animals, people, working medicinally with the herbs or growing herbs.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff too. I love like taking all natural medications and stuff, and you wouldn't. What's funny? Dandelion. My husband and I were just talking about this. Dandelions, which we try to kill, is actually one of the greatest things to one of the most healing flowers, plants, or whatever weeds. It's not a weed. Everything that's on this earth, God knew what He was doing. These things to feed us and heal us, so. But I definitely get that vibe from you of the healing energy. Now, did somebody have a service dog?
Lots of people I know.
Did you have
You know,
a big dog?
big dog. If I think of it, is there any way I can tell you? Because now I just, somehow down the line, but right now I can't think of one.
I almost feel like it's a German Shepherd to me.
Mm-hmm.
At your feet.
Oh,
Did you have a big dog?
I never had a dog, and not a shepherd. 20 years ago, I knew someone with a shepherd. Would that count?
It seems so like off, like
Ah,
now we're fishing, like trying to make the pieces fit, because I keep seeing this shepherd. It feels like almost feels like I was a service dog of somehow to help people.
sure.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's funny. I can almost see you working with animals.
I do.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do work with animals.
It's I'm an admin for a cat rescue. It's actually trap, neuter, and return.
Okay.
And,
okay.
I don't go out in the field, but thank you. That's very perceptive. No one would ever know. Well, my friends on Patreon, of course, they know that.
Okay. So
yeah.
you know what's funny? I see. I know this dog is passed.
Could it be someone else in the chat?
Wait, Jeff is saying plantain, dead nettles in general heal common weeds. No one pays attention to, all very medicinal. You're very correct, Jeff. I actually want to take a class on herbs and medicinal herbs and how they heal us. So, all right. Sandy said I had a big German Shepherd. Okay, all right. This is a very good dog. This is a very quiet dog. Very protective, but not vicious. Like, some I've been bit by German Shepherds for no reason at all. Just, okay. Because I see this German Shepherd. Did he have a black collar or a black shirt or something with him? Okay, all right. So this has got to be for Sandy. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I just love what he said about the herbs, because I live in the mountains, and we
That's it, Sandy. It's Sandy's dog. It's Sandy's dog.
Oh.
Sandy, this dog just wants you to know that he still goes around the perimeter of the house. I am going to finish Liz, but I have to tell you this first. This dog still is protecting you. Did you hear clanking in the kitchen or where his food used to be? Or did his dish move? Do you still have it out? Because
we can hold. Sandy's next in the queue.
Yeah.
All right. We can hold until she comes on and then talk to you directly at that point in time.
Yeah, because I don't know, like, if the dog's going to come back. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the dog's
still got about 10 minutes, so we can do it.
All right. So let me try to go on to you, Liz. So, Liz, I do have, like, you have this healing ability because you work with plants. You like to plant. You are also working around animals. This is definitely your gift. Let me see. Let's see. Did you do anything with hospitals too?
No, except for go to them and get fixed.
Oh,
that type of thing, right?
Yeah. All right.
I just love this because I really think there's other people in the chat that you're referring to. I did.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why it was throwing me off. All right, but I want to zone in on you. Did somebody just have a child, or is this something that's around you that that just had a child or just became pregnant? Because I feel like there's some type of celebration with this.
I don't know of it yet.
Okay.
I wonder if my niece, who just got married,
All right, because this is going to be a celebration around a pregnancy. And also somebody's moving. Somebody is moving.
Hmm.
Now, with
Not
you,
yet.
huh?
Not yet.
All right. I
that I know
definitely
of.
some type of. Now, have you been having like odd dreams lately? I just feel like my sleep is off. Your sleep might be off. Having
Very
a weird
much so.
dream.
Yeah.
Are you having connection, like, or feeling or connecting to past loved ones in your sleep?
Yes.
Because I do feel them around you. I feel like 3 of them. There's 3 people around you. It's a male, female. I can't make the other one's gonna be grandmother or grandmother to you or somebody, one of their mother. So is this parents? Because it's male, female, and then another older woman.
I think it's my maternal side. But have they been gone a long time? The way it seems to
I'm
you?
not sure. Do you
Uh-huh.
have a male, female? Do you have father or mother passed?
Yes.
All right. So,
There you
and
go.
the other one is a grandmother. So I don't know who it is. I just see them around you. I see them around, and I know they connect to you when you are asleep.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So
That's great. Yeah. My
now,
grandmother was amazing.
have
Yeah.
you been having issues with your bones or bone issues?
Mhm.
Okay, because that's the thing. Your especially the grandmother is almost trying to heal you while you sleep. I'm having pain. Do you have osteoporosis or something with the bones? I feel like my bones really hurt, like issues with the bones.
I do. I
Yeah.
do.
And she's
Uh-huh.
around you. It's funny because we're talking about medicinal plants, and I almost feel like she has this plant around you, almost trying to heal you while you sleep. And they're trying to help you as you sleep because your sleep is not good, and they are around you.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh.
I know this is very beautiful, like, because they really are trying to help you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, thanks, Rachel. I love you. But who passes around the same time or around? Do 2 people pass around the same time?
The female and the male.
Anyone, because I'm getting a correlation that some 2 people like pass around the same time or they're around the same date. Even if it's a year later,
Mhm.
it's around the same time.
My partner's parents did, and I feel them a lot.
Okay,
Or
okay,
think of them. Yeah.
okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense to me
Hmm.
because there's somebody that they pass close to each other. Also, did somebody have a car accident? Who had the car accident?
If I
All right.
think of it, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Don't rack your brains because I almost feel like somebody had an accident too. All right. And because these people are around. Oh my God, it's like full house. Full house there. Because you got your parents, right?
Hmm.
You got the grandmother and you got these 2 other people that pass very close to each other that are around. And I gotta tell you, I feel like it's you that pulls them in.
Is that okay for them?
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah,
telling you it's okay? Oh, okay.
it's okay.
Mhm.
You don't. I just want to tell you guys right off the bat, you do not want to keep spirits in the house, though. They won't. They're going to travel back and forth. It's okay for visitations, but you don't want to live around because it can affect your health. But I know the grandmother is there to help you, and she
That's
tries to
beautiful.
heal you with your bones.
Aw.
Yeah. So now let's see. Did somebody have a stroke or something with the heart?
Yes.
Okay. Did they
Mhm.
need rehabilitation or?
It never sadly got to that point. Or,
Okay.
maybe
Was
it was
some
her time.
Yeah. Was somebody else also having heart issues though around you?
Yes, for sure.
All right, yeah. To be on the lookout for that too with their heart issues because they could be prone to TIAs, those little mini strokes.
Okay.
So if you notice that, listen, my mom had the two and she survived and she was fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I don't want to scare you, but just look for the signs. If you start seeing somebody having issues with their face, slurring,
Uh-huh.
because I feel like this is like, might happen. I know, let me tell you something. Even though I do this, I cannot pick up personally around family members. I can't do this personally for myself, but my mother had strokes. My sister noticed. I did not notice, and I always made me feel guilty, like how I did not pick up on this. But I can't. Once my personal feelings are there,
Yes.
it's hard for me to pick up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and that's so hard on us,
It is. So
Yeah.
So, Liz, it was a pleasure to speak to you, and know they're around you, and they're trying to heal you with your bones too. So maybe we can find some. Hey, who was that person that was in here talking about? Wait, who was it talking about the medicinal? Well,
Jeff.
anyway, Jeff Hilton.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's is eucalyptus? I can't talk to him. I'm from Jersey. I'm tripping over my lips on here and my tongue. Is eucalyptus good for bones or something? Because I almost feel like this plant that's our grandmother's putting around her looks like that, similar to that. So maybe Jeff might know. All right.
It's possible, but we're also convinced that Jeff is a wizard. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
For our listeners on KGRA, we have to say goodbye, but we'll continue because we have one more reading to get to. But it is so wonderful, Liz, to have you on screen with us, and we're excited to you joining us tomorrow night too for the remote view. So it should be fun.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
We have to. Hey, thank you, Liz. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just the plant looks like the eucalyptus plant. That's why.
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah.
I'll go look at what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, doll. Take care.
Bye, Liz. April, we're going to do one more because it seems that there's a connection already. So we're going to wait.
Yes.
We're going to wait for Sandy to come in. We have to have you on one of our Monday town halls down the road.
I would love to. Please. I love doing this. I love to teach. I used to teach class. I rarely have the time now, like, with the magazine and everything. I know, because my students are like, when do you have more classes? I'm like, to even organize, and what we have to do for the classes and everything. It's like,
I know.
I don't have the time.
You have been wonderful. People are over the moon about you in chat. You can see that for yourself, and you are such a trooper for hanging out with us tonight. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's get to Sandy, also known as Amanda's mom, because her daughter also has a gift, and her daughter is so popular on this channel that, like, Sandy doesn't even have an identity anymore. Hey, there's Amanda.
Listen, the screen to me is frozen. Is it frozen for you?
You're frozen. Everybody else looks like it's okay.
Huh. What the heck?
It's okay. Sometimes it'll come back again, but we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Excellent. All right. Because I can't. Now, who am I speaking to?
I'm Sandy.
All right. Sandy. Sandy with the dog.
Yeah.
Sandy. Oh, there you go. Hi, dog. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, Sandy, yeah. So I see the dog walking the perimeter of your home, still protecting you. This dog has such a beautiful disposition.
Yeah.
Very friendly. Not a vicious dog, unless you would know if there's a problem with somebody if this dog got angry or acted differently.
Yep.
Because this dog would not do this. All right. Yeah, I see we keep freezing. Sorry about that. I can't hear anyone.
I can still hear you.
All right. Okay. So, is there a question you want to ask me too? Just see.
Hey, April, I also wanted to say it would take you a minute if you want to reboot and come back. Maybe that will help.
All right. Yeah, let me do that. I'll come back.
All right, we're here. We'll play the Jeopardy theme song while you're gone. We're going to give April an opportunity to do that. It happens, you know. We're live here, so
I blame it on Amanda.
Why is it my fault? I didn't do anything this time.
Some psychic freeze up kind of thing that you pull. Then
everybody blames everything on me. I hate you. This is a lot of fun. I just want real quick, George. This was a lot of fun, and I know you were talking about this with April, but I love being able to do something like this for people who have an interest in this, and so this is fun. I hope everybody's enjoying it tonight as much as we are.
Yeah, this is fun. When she started talking about the German Shepherd, I'm like, and then she said big German Shepherd. I was like, oh man.
While we're waiting, Ken, let me ask you too, how are we doing this tomorrow? Who is going to be on screen? Who are the volunteer victims?
Okay. So what we have is Melissa, Brendan, who I'm sad to say our Australian mate isn't in here tonight, Jean, Jason Webster, Liz Asan, and Matthew will be doing the experiment, and everybody else will be observing at that point.
Okay, all right. Then we are really set to go at that point in time. We'll do the instructions tomorrow. It's going to be new and different for me also. So I am looking forward to seeing how we can get the results of this. But looking forward to it. But you're right, Ken. I mean, tonight, I think it's almost a good jump off point before tomorrow, having the opportunity for our regular Patreon viewers to talk with April.
It is. I think it's a good idea. As people might have noticed over the last couple of weeks, we have dabbled in the metaphysical angle of the paranormal, and we like to do that once in a while. We've done some true crime attached to the paranormal. We've done some of the metaphysical end. I mean, we could do some cryptozoology and some. I still have a show I want to do on a UFO issue. So here we kind of like to go into everything a little bit, and hopefully, you know, you have an interest in that and go along with us for the ride.
While we have a fairly large audience still viewing, I want you guys to mark down on your calendar June 23rd. And then you have homework, as we normally say with our Patreon viewers. But there is a Hulu 3-part series called Demons and Saviors. And I want you guys to definitely watch that before the 23rd, because not only are we having certain people that are surrounding this true crime drama / paranormal, including our primary guest is Jeannie Dollar, but we have already coordinated it with Bill. We've coordinated it with her, and calling in live from prison will be the main star of this, which is Christina Boyer, which may mean nothing to you right now, but it will once you watch the series. So this is going to be a big event, talking about the paranormal side of this and the crime side of this all encompassed. So make sure you guys mark it on your calendar to be sure. April has come back. Let's see if we have full-on visual.
So sorry about that.
You look high def now. I don't know. That's fantastic.
Yeah, right?
Now I have my light on, the big light, this light, all these lights on. So how's it going, guys? Thank you. So like I was saying, I see this dog going around the perimeter watching the home for you still. And oh, so you know what I was hearing? Like clanking in the kitchen, or almost like, do you know what I'm talking about, Amanda? You heard it?
He hears stuff.
Yeah, that's the dog that's still around. Amanda, too, have you seen a man in the house, or have you witnessed a man or felt a presence of a man?
I mean, I know of someone who it could be. I have trouble still distinguishing between man and woman, but I do feel presence of people.
Okay, so yeah, you'll that's probably one of the first things that to learn, that's the easiest, that you could feel the energy of a male, the difference between a male and a female, because the energy is definitely different. You know, you could feel like the softness of a female. You'll learn as you get older, but I definitely know there is a male presence in the house.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, and I don't think were they not happy when they were here in life, or something upset them?
No, well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, no, he was pretty happy.
Because there's a male that I feel like is angry that he passed. The passing, he didn't.
There could be one other person that it could be.
Did
but
not want to leave.
I don't know why he would be here though.
Yeah, let me say. Well, yeah, it's funny when what they do. You know, like all right, because I definitely keep seeing there is a male presence there, but I can't really see him because he looks like a shadow figure to me. Do you know what I'm talking, Amanda? Because I see you looking at your mom. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen a shadow? Have you been seeing shadows?
I mean, I've seen shadows go back and forth in the hallway like almost every night.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because this person appears to me as a shadow. I can't make out who it is. And it's a male. But I know he's in the house. And I see in the back property, or possibly on the side of where you live. Does that make sense to you?
You see that person there?
Yeah. I don't feel like this is family for you.
That one's not. No.
Yeah. This is not family to me.
No, but he was very close to us.
Okay. I feel like I'm pacing around. I don't know if the death was sudden or I just didn't want to go.
Both.
Okay. Because it's almost like I'm feeling like I'm ripped out of my body. I'm sorry, Amanda. You okay with me talking about this? I don't want to upset anyone.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine with this.
Okay. But yeah, like not that he has not crossed over. He just didn't, how can I say this? Not go through the gates, but he's welcome there. He's made it there.
Mm-hmm.
He's still come back because he wants to know what happened. He's upset about the passing.
Yeah.
And almost like saying it wasn't my fault. Or if I'm blamed for it. I'm blamed for it and I'm not taking credit for it.
No, that wouldn't be him.
Okay, well.
Yeah. The other one, it could be a piggyback going on.
Yeah.
Because what you're explaining could very well fit the two people I'm thinking of.
All right, because this person, it's not family. It's definitely not blood related.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was sick when he passed. So
okay.
It wasn't an accident type of.
Okay, the other one was an accident, but it was his doing?
No. He did things that just weren't great.
Was the death his fault?
No, it was, due to his life choices, but not.
That's why I was saying he's not taking credit for.
Yeah, that would make sense.
All right, so he's not taking credit for this, even though he's being blamed for it, which he doesn't like. He's very upset about the way people had talked about him. He doesn't like, He doesn't like how he was portrayed, even though we all know.
Yep.
So he wished people would stop talking to him about him that way.
Yeah, not gonna
You know,
happen.
and look at the positive in him. He needs to cross over. He needs to be told he has to leave. He needs to go into the light. But he wants somebody to listen, because I think you're the only one that probably like stuck up for him or listened to him. You're his
I
last
used to
resort.
until he did something that changed that.
Yeah. So but I think he was like, you're the only one, the last of the people that would help him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I think he comes to you. He wants his name cleared. And he's, he is sorry, but he thinks he can't cross over until he's forgiven. So if somebody could please do that, say a prayer for him. We forgive you for what you did, here. But it's time for him to move on. And that's why he's going to stick around by you, because he thinks you're going to be the one person to do that for him and to tell the others. Did he steal somebody's car?
No.
Was there something fugazi about with a car?
With cars, yeah. So he was in an accident at one point.
Okay.
And he put a claim against my insurance.
Oh, that's what he means. Okay, gotcha. Because he's showing me something with cars.
Even though I was not involved, nor was my car, but
yeah. Okay. All right. Got you. I got you. Yeah, because he did. Unfortunately, it's not the first time. Like, listen, this guy could. He could. What is it when they put the? He could start a car without keys. He could steal a car. No, you're saying no. I'm going to tell you yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of things about this guy. He's had a criminal mind.
Okay.
His mind went that way. Criminal minds are very creative.
Yeah.
There's also forgery or something like that with paperwork, money, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you what he's telling me, so I'm sure you can find him.
Okay.
But we need to get rid of this guy off the property.
Okay.
I don't like him around. Not that he's bad, he's going to do anything bad, but he doesn't belong there. And I always tell people, you cannot have spirits in your home because they can make you feel sick. And, and if Amanda's seeing that, you don't want to see that, So what you can do is just talk to him that he has to cross over, go into light, find that light and walk into it. You are forgiven. They're waiting for you. No, you're not going to the other place. Because he's actually in that place now. They don't realize that. So, but let's see what else for you. Do you have any questions for me, Amanda?
Do you pick up either one grandmother in particular that I would love to? But I don't know if they would be.
Was there somebody that had like a nickname like Gigi or something like that, or?
Yeah.
Is that her?
It's Bocce.
Okay, because I feel like I have I have the nickname.
Yeah.
Was she cremated or was somebody else cremated? She's talking about somebody's ashes.
She was.
Okay, all right. Who has the ashes?
They're buried.
All right. Did somebody keep the ashes? She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Yeah.
No.
Or somebody keep a locket of her hair or something? She's being quite funny because she's saying somebody has a piece of me.
Yeah, she would probably say that.
Yeah, she's a real scutch. She's funny, this lady.
Yeah.
She's like the life of the party. She's the protector of the family. She's a badass. Mhm.
In fairness, we need to translate very quickly. The word "scutch" in Jersey means pain in the ass.
Oh yeah. So,
That's
sorry. It's Jersey talk. So anyway, she's funny. She's got a very good sense of humor. She's been cracking jokes about where you guys buried her. I'm not in the shade or something like that. I'm getting too much sun, but she's being funny about it. She's funny. She's got a really, I'm trying to see. She was tough, right? She was tough the way she spoke.
Not really. My other grandmother was.
All right, maybe this one, because I feel like I can, I'm tough with my words. Tough with my words.
Yeah. She was German.
What?
She was German, so
okay, it makes sense because I feel like I'm very strong with my words, and they could sound hurtful, but they're not hurtful.
Yes.
So she apologizes for that. She didn't mean to come off that way. This is her upbringing.
You're
so,
right. Yeah.
But family was everything to her.
Yep.
I keep seeing something with china or plates.
Pachi.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have them? Where are these from? Are these from are these really old?
Some of them are. I've actually got some from both of them.
Okay.
But yeah, she had some special ones.
Yeah, because she's talking about that, and she's happy that you have them. She wants somebody to appreciate that and pass it along, down to the family. She's talking about somebody who cooks that doesn't cook right, or a recipe of hers that somebody doesn't cook correctly. I almost feel like this is meatballs or something.
Meatloaf.
Okay, all right.
I cannot make meatloaf, and she used to cook my cat his own garlic turkey meatloaf, and I cannot make it.
All right, she's just making fun of you. So, but in the most loving possible way. So,
I can cook anything. I cannot cook meatloaf, even with her recipe.
Yeah. So, she said, "Stop it." But all right, she's actually pulling back. But that's funny. Like in growing up in Hoboken, we were poor, so I know. Like my sisters tell us these stories when my mom would make meatloaf. We didn't have enough meat for the family. They would put an egg in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So
how do you not know how to make meatloaf?
I can make anything if it's simple. I can screw it up. I can make.
I mean,
but I cannot make meatloaf. My husband begged me to make it. I made it. He said never again.
I'll Sandy, I'll give you a recipe.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's very easy. You can use that.
That's the whole problem. I don't do easy.
All right, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
Amanda, keep up your good work, honey.
Okay. And Sandy, you're participating or just monitoring tomorrow?
Amanda wants me to participate.
I'm telling her she's gotta. I will work on it all tomorrow until she
Sleep on it. Absolutely. It will be a amazing experience, to say the least. But
yeah, okay.
Get some rest between now and then, because doing it is very exhausting. It'll take some energy out of you. So make sure you're
when I do stuff like this.
just make sure that you're well rested and you're well fed. You got some energy.
Well, she put an actual egg in the middle of it, not egg mixed into it. An egg.
Oh no! You got to mix it in.
No, you don't understand. What I'm trying to say is there was not enough meat to make a full meatloaf for the whole family. They would add an egg in the middle. So when you cut it, you know what I'm saying? It would be enough for the family.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow night in Town Hall.
Good night.
Okay, good
Take
night.
care of yourself. Oh, all right. April, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun.
You were a good sport. We went longer than the 2 hours, so thank you on behalf of everybody that got a reading, everybody that witnessed it tonight. April, you're a rock star, man.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this. You guys are great.
Yeah, we're okay.
Have me back again. I would love to do this again.
All right. Thank you so much. That does it for us tonight, guys. We thank you so much for joining us. Those of you who are Patreon members, we'll see you tomorrow night in Town Hall. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next Sunday. Same time, same YouTube channel. You've been watching Dead Air Live and Dead Air Full Spectrum channel. Have a good night.